Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Ask Sibs. It's Friday. Hope you've all at least survived the week and maybe thrived a little bit too. Out here in Cambridgeshire, weather-wise, we've got really nice, bright blue sky and the sun shines out. And I may even go for a little bit of fresh air after this live before my next meeting. It looks too nice outside to miss it. After all those crazy storms, obviously, we've had passing over the country the last couple of days as well. So yeah, I hope you're all well and enjoying what may be good weather in your part of the world, and all set for a good weekend as well. So we're going in more gentle today on Friday, a bit of a personal development touch point. So I've phrased the question around what are 3 personal development wins, and I'm going to be talking about mentoring, content creation, and switching off. They're essentially the 3 tips that I want to share. But as always, it's a bit more helpful in the context of storytelling. So the first one around mentoring, you may have seen a post actually I did the other day. We had our biggest ever deal size come in this month at Purplegate, which was awesome. And the context of sharing on a photo was actually about how I had mentioned this to one of my mentors from like 12 years ago, and still very much around and friends and very helpful even up to today. But really 12 years ago was the big sort of reason I got into blogging and social media. His name's AJ and his wife Melissa, and both of them helped me a great deal with setting up martinsibby.com and learning how to do all of this digital influencing world. So that post touched upon mentoring. So do have a little look at that if you get a chance. I think I posted it a couple of days ago. But then, yeah, in terms of personal development, I think it goes without saying that having a mentor like that can open your eyes to what is possible when you maybe didn't realize it yourself, to get you to push your boundaries and to dream a bit bigger. And obviously then to give you some guidance along the journey, particularly when you have those dark days of doubting yourself and things get a bit tough and you wonder if it's going to be possible or not. And so, yeah, that type of mentor is gold dust and invaluable. And I think there are some general tips about how to find that person. I think if at the end of the day, it would be thinking about someone that you respect and would love them to be your mentor. And ultimately, I'm sure if you reach out on a direct message, there's a chance that they would say yes and become your mentor, and that would all be very easy and very simple. Of course, if you're going for, I'm trying to think of an example like Elon Musk or someone ridiculously famous and well known, then they're probably getting that quite a lot, and you might not have the same sort of traction in terms of them becoming your mentor. Worth a shot, you never know. But yeah, I think on the flip side, think about people that are in your networks and your circles that you would love to be your mentor. So there's definitely something about an actual person that could maybe meet with you, once a month and just give you that guidance. And yeah, there are a lot of very established business people, if we're talking about entrepreneurship, of course, that want to give back indeed in the charity sector, public sector, and employees at businesses. It's not just about entrepreneurs, but whatever the relevant sort of skill and industry is, there's lots of people that are established and really want to give back. So definitely do aspire for that kind of individual or even group of people if that's necessary to become your mentor. But I think the other point I wanted to mention about mentoring was actually a little bit around this sort of almost like a virtual mentorship. But I don't mean that it's an actual person via video call, but I'm talking more to the sort of books and content online. And ultimately, there are people that I listen to their podcasts, read their books, read their blogs. I've never met them, they've never met me, but all of what they stand for and what they share is very inspiring and motivating and practically helpful as well. And so I wouldn't discount the idea of having a mentor that isn't that one-to-one interaction, but it's the experts or the thought leaders in different industries that can almost mentor you without actually meeting them. And again, I can speak to all sorts of people I've read over the years. I remember James Altucher was a really big help when I sort of looked more at the personal development around sort of health and well-being, and maybe how to write better and some of those things. Gary Vaynerchuk at the moment is someone I follow a lot because he's entrepreneurial. He runs a marketing agency, and so that really resonates with me. So yeah, this idea of mentors that aren't one-to-one. So that's mentoring. We can tick that off now. Then the other one is content creation. So when I started blogging in 2009, and I still publish on martinsibby.com, but I think the digital landscape shifted quite a lot. If I was maybe, looking to sell a book or consultancy services or something from martinsibby.com, I would use a lot more content on that site as a sort of funnel if we get a bit marketing-y about it. But yeah, in essence, the Purple Goat website or general brand is what we're working on. And actually, my personal brand has become very valuable for Purple Goat. So just, people get to know me through social media, and then there are conversations that happen offline or online, but not on a public content. And then that's sometimes where business comes from. So yeah, just no two ways about it. If you're a freelancer or an entrepreneur like myself, there's a part of just doing lots of content because it's fun, but there's also a part of driving awareness and ultimately new business to whatever that business model is. But my point was that I don't publish as much on martinsibby.com, but I do more so like this daily live stream on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, because that's where there's more people. So as much as some people come to my website, I know that I can reach more people through these channels. But the reason that content creation, whether it's on my blog or social media or anywhere else, but the actual sort of process of creating content is good for personal development, is because really you just get to explore ideas, and particularly if you've got the mentoring input and the general always learning and being open to new things. So we're exposed to a lot of new information. They always say one of the best ways to really learn something is to try and explain it. And so over the years, when I've written blogs and spoken on videos, and even like yesterday's episode on public speaking as well, the more we sort of create that content and we share those messages, but in our own words and our own tone and from our own stories, I think we learn a lot about ourselves. So I can definitely see, as I've, improved my health and well-being, like I mentioned last year that I had a few therapy sessions, which were really, really beneficial and very useful, sort of around diet and nutrition. I've done a lot of changes the last year on that as well. And so as I'm more internalized and embodied those new inputs and models and beliefs, I then start to write because I want to share for others to benefit from it as well. But yeah, it's sort of that loop of learning and giving, and then sort of improving as you go round and round that loop. So yeah, definitely point to content creation is a really, really big way of learning about yourself, about different disciplines, and ultimately, yeah, sort of feeling your way as you go with the topic. The content's very, 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 very helpful. And so the third and final personal development win, as I'm calling it, is actually about switching off. I think we all know that we're, sort of ambitious to achieve goals, and we're busy all day, every day, trying to, grow the blog and grow the business and get the promotion and get more funding in at a charity, all the different kind of use cases that you might be coming from. But ultimately, we're all just very busy chasing something. And I know that when I actually stop, and particularly spring and summer, I love going and working in the garden, but also having sort of half hour in the day just to collect my thoughts and being outside. As I said, I'm probably going to go for more of a brisk wrapped up, as it's a bit of a colder January day than sitting in the garden for a longer period of time. But even today, I go get a bit of fresh air. But yeah, ultimately, it's almost to switch off from always trying to solve the problem and chase the different goal, you actually find that certain things fall into place more. So yeah, very often when I've had a little break and had that fresh air, something that's been bothering me or I've been stuck on for hours or days or even weeks sometimes, the answers appear just from switching off. So yeah, I think to summarize the 3 points of, and there's a lot more by the way, but I think they're three very powerful, compelling points of personal development. There's mentoring, content creation, and switching off. So I hope they had some interest and value for you all. And yeah, it'd be great to hear what your thoughts are on all of this as well. What do you do for your personal development? And also just kind of keep me posted with what sort of questions you'd like me to start covering on these in the future. As I've said a few times, the topics are pretty open-ended. Very happy to go down lots of different topic areas. So yeah, get your questions in, but also do give me a feedback on personal development and what you make of the 3 quick wins. Well, not quick, but they're very long-term, forever going personal development, isn't it? Really, it's a lifelong pursuit. But in terms of general wins for being able to do that more productively and better, I look forward to hearing from you. And have a great Friday afternoon, a lovely, restful, joyful weekend, and I will be back again on Monday. All right, take care.